we grouped you in such a way. Angelo with immigration in Italy. Then we have Alessandro with new type of work, a call center, immigration call center. Then we have Elma with Cosenza, she focused on Cosenza, where welfare state is involved, there is the welfare from below. Then we have Silvia with il vero avversario che ho è l'astensionismo, and then we have Antonia with the e-generation, the use or abuse of the internet. So somehow, not totally, but somehow all your topics can integrate with each other. But we will be starting with Angelo. Angelo, if you can give us just an outline of your idea, your research proposal, and the objective that you have in mind. An outline of your research proposal.
In this period of world crisis, I think it's right to hold an inquiry on an important problem as immigration. Immigrants go away for different reasons. Civil wars, lack of work, search of wealth. My research extends to the cultural area and involves immigrants. Indeed, they tell their own experiences. Some example of migrant literature are Call Me Ali, written by Bushen, Immigrants, written by Metani, and The Sellers of Elephant, written by Kuma. In this context, is a very important person is Carmine Abate, an Italian writer of Albrecht origins. He is the son of immigrants and is an eyewitness of immigration. So he denounces the injustice of such a phenomenon. My search has three aims: investigating if mafia has a role in immigration, knowing between man and woman runs more risk in the new society, and knowing if Italian citizens have racist attitude toward immigrants. My research will be characterized by a qualitative approach.
We'll get to this later on. We will get to know about your research design later on. And Alessandro, call centers, your proposal, tell us more.
This is work to examine the expansion of call center, which remark important your society. The businessman society. The businessman can benefit from the incoming of call center company, can really young people skills who obtain the minimum earning, for example, invest money in the study. A new day, in fact, the people search the job which correspond at the ambition. It's very difficult, and the people accept job doesn't appropriated and not well paid.
Job are not appropriate and not
pay well.
Well paid.
Well paid.
Well paid.
The company of call center donate temporary job offer beneficial on maker. We want conciliate economical support to family.
Economical or economic support?
Economical support.
Economic support.
Economic support the family. conciliate with demand family. The call center job doesn't specific qualification. The principal
So what is the motivation of your proposal? Why do you want to
the
search on call centers?
the people doesn't search a job appropriate their qualification, accept
Accept?
forged the job in a call center. The publicity present the job in a call center, it's very positive job. It doesn't true. The people, the work, the job in a call center, it's very stressful.
So this is the outline, but what do you, this is the outline. Anyway, we'll see later on what you want to find out about call centers. Cosenza, welfare from below. Elma.
The aim of my research proposal is to produce, first of all, the welfare state in Cosenza, and then the system of welfare from below in the city. The reason for this research is to arrive to investigate the type of welfare in Cosenza. The first type is the state, is the guarantee of the state for the citizen. But are present in this city another type of welfare, the welfare from below. The welfare from below is a type of welfare organized by citizens, by association, by auto-organization citizen. And the really reason for this investigation started by one concept of awareness, because this is a research who touch different place, because it is a research demographic and research social, political, who to investigate the reason because the people in this city recur to welfare from below.
Thank you, and it's enough. We will see. We will get to know some more very soon. L'astensionismo, Silvia.
My research proposal deals with the phenomenon of abstention in Calabria.
Did we have it last Sunday, by the way?
No.
No.
I live in Lamezia Terme.
It was very high? You had... Last Sunday you had elections in Lamezia?
No.
No. So?
On 25th of May. I voted. I have voted.
You voted, okay. So there was
a European election.
And what was the situation in terms of number of voters?
There wasn't a few more abstain because the people don't feel interest against the election.
So against or for the elections?
For
no interest.
No.
No interest. So this is why you want to research on astensionismo. So what do you want to do? Or what do you want to find out?
I want to find out some possible solution to resize the party of not vote, of not vote. The objective of research is to highlight the reason and the causes that have led the Calabria citizen to abstention from voting. In Calabria the abstention
Why did you use this expression? Il vero avversario che ho è l'astensionismo. Who said that?
it is an answer that outgoing president of Region Calabria has supplied to a journalist questions.
And what was the journalist question?
I don't know.
That would have been interesting.
In the article.
Okay, we'll get to see what you want to do with this. Use and abuse, the E-generation. What do you want to know about the E-generation, Antonio?
The E-generation is a term given by the European institution for name the young generation, that the generation that is grow up with the technology, with the computer, with a strong sense of information. And internet nowadays considered the most important mean of communication. Internet can abolish any kind of distance, and on internet we can do everything we want. Look up information, contact friends, family, and with the boom of the social network, with Twitter, Facebook, those possibilities are amplified. But in addition to this positive aspect, there are a lot of risks of danger that in which we can incur if we use in a negative way internet or a computer. For example, we are never sure of the information that is circulated online, if they are true or false, or if our personal information are safe or can be manipulated by anonymous online. But there are a lot of other risks. For example, the loss of the reality, of the conception of reality,
and you want to find out what
Yes.
happens in the young people. Let's get back to Angela. Angela, in terms of research questions and research design, what are you planning to organize, to have?
Okay, I want to focus my attentions on the role of the mafia, and I will interview some immigrants, some ex-immigrants, some heads of public safety, and I will interview some Coast Guard. Because I want to find informations such as the number of immigrants in Italy every year, but especially I want to find the problem immigrants have in their home countries, and the problem of integration. And
In terms of integration, what hypothesis do you have? What do you hypothesize in terms of integration? What do you think your findings will be?
I think Italian government should reinforce reception centers, and it should work together with Europe
Mhm.
to solve the problem of illegal immigration, to build an efficient system of immigrants integration.
You're talking of research objectives and context analysis, okay? So, information, free discussion, open questions, etc.
Language of
But you're
debate.
also thinking of interviewing, oh, okay, you said ex-immigrant, the citizens, the Coast Guard, etc., etc. And you're talking of a qualitative approach, is it correct?
Yes, qualitative approach,
Mhm.
but especially my research wants to find information such as the number, but especially the
before.
problem they have.
And you said that the interviews will be pre-arranged. Why interviews have to be pre-arranged? What do you mean? The interviews will be in pre-arranged days. I think it's clear, but if you can tell us more, how do you want to arrange these interviews, to organize these interviews?
To complete my research, I will dedicate um, 80 hours every month.
Hmm.
I will work for a total of 8 months.
This is the timeline. I was asking about something else, but it doesn't matter. And then you're talking about an informal method that you want to use. What is this informal method?
I only use a free debate
Mm-hmm.
characterized by open questions
Mm-hmm.
to get more information.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I think it's enough, Angela. In your case, Alessandro, your research questions, you want to ask people how they judge the work in a call center, the workload. What else do you want to know? What are your questions?
What are your questions to underline to expect the job? The publicity present the job exam doesn't true. The people interview.
We're not interested. We want to know research questions now. What are you going to ask? What answers to which questions you want to have, or you want to find?
The people job in a call center to verify
You have some questions that you want to ask to these people. What do you want to ask? What do you want to ask?
the question the people job in a call center we want to work in a call center
And what do you ask? What are your questions? Imagine that she works in a call center. I hope you never do this.
I work in a call center.
You do. Imagine that she works, and she's a subject, and you want to interview her. What do you? It's not the interview, but the questions of your research.
verify of stress for operators, the agent of the call center.
Oh, I'm sorry, I get distracted if I have the door open. Oh, okay, thank you. Maybe halfway, okay. Sorry,
To verify
to
verify of reason the stress the job in a call center.
But you have some questions that you have asked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Six.
Can you tell me one of your questions? One, only one. Do you remember?
Who you who do you judge the when in a call center?
How do you judge the work in a call center? And another one.
When you change your job.
If you want to change a job, etc. Now, your methodology. A small group of people or a large group of
small
people?
group of people. The people che job in a call center, the age the 8, 10, 55.
18.
18.
Okay, and then we'll get to Elma again. Elma, research design in your case.
Yes, my research started by by the needs of population of Cosenza, and my research designing is concentrated by a study of literature in this field, because the literature is more large, but in this example the research are to research in the camp, the research with the people who used this service and used the welfare from below, and in particular who is the people who started to work in for the welfare from below. The research is structured by more steps, and in particular the study is a type of study to in the city with the person and the people who participated in this contest of aid and needs. In particular, the needs of welfare from below, with the needs, and the more focus group of person who participated in this process, and for other I propose two routes to investigate these events, and in particular with these events. Why the people participated in this type and access to service of welfare below. In the last year, the crisis is more strong in Italy, and not only immigrants go to research aid to welfare state from below, but more Italian family, because the family of middle class are impaired, and the working poor is increased, and the more in particular the more of zone of the city are more poverty different to other part of city. And in general,
Let me stop you for a second, Elma. Here again, thinking of research design, you're talking of in this research will be adopted in equal part the qualitative and quantitative methods will be
Yes.
adopted in equal part.
yes.
What do you mean? Can you expand? Can you tell us
Yes.
what will you do in terms of quality and in terms of quantity?
Qualitative, the terms of quality is a research in the camp with the person involved
On the field.
on the
research on the
field.
field.
on the field with the people who are involved in this process.
Mhm.
And quantitative is more connected with the literature of the time, with including the contribute of more social scientists or
So
sociologists.
quantitative will be your studying, your
Yes.
books.
Yes.
So no people, no subjects.
For quantitative research, I based my research with literature, and qualitative is a research for in the field.
You're talking of migrant families. You're also talking of Rom.
Yes, with
So?
in the last period in the city are the very dangerous situation, because the encampment is born in last week.
You're also talking of focus groups.
Yes.
You thought in Italian, and it was difficult for me because you're saying will be organized, the focus groups saranno organizzati.
Yes.
Don't forget in English always the subject first. So focus groups will be organized. Children from the Rom will be interviewed, etc. So let's concentrate on focus groups. What do you want to do? How do you want to organize a focus groups and why?
The focus group are organized by a group of people. For example, the child of 0 to 5 and to 10 years, or the family group with the focus group with the family.
And what do you do with the focus groups? What do you do?
I ask the condition, the social condition of the family, of the social condition personal, who the person are integrated in this society.
With children of 5, it will be difficult to ask
Yes,
questions.
but in the play focus group.
Okay, so you will play with the children.
Yes.
And you will try to understand.
Yes.
Ok, thank you Elma. Silvia, vero avversario all'astensionismo, you gave us literature review, you mentioned Tullia, Mingardi, Tuorto, Corbetta, Sabatini, several scholars, and research design. To sum up, the aim of the research is to investigate the reasons. What reasons you want to investigate?
I want to understand and know why the person don't vote, and to answer
In what provinces?
in Calabria in particular, in the former 5 provinces, that is Catanzaro, Cosenza, Reggio Calabria, Vibo Valentia and Crotone, and in the other towns located on the coast or in the hinterland, because they are towns more or less developed.
You're talking of primary data that you will be using. Why? Can you expand? on your
I
data?
will use an interview
because I want to understand the reason of person, and so as I will use a face-to-face interview.
What is a semi-structured type of interview?
I mm, I select a person that I will interview. In particular, a sample of individuals between 18 to 35 years old.
Is this a stratified sampling?
Stratified sampling, yes.
Okay.
And will be students, young workers, and young unemployed. I will interview a second group. It will be old workers and people who will retire shortly afterwards, because these people have different perception and perception and expectation by political party and politicians.
What are your Thank you. What are your questions instead for your research? What do you want to know?
I want to know what boys and girls look for internet, and I think
It's also gender issue. The difference between
yes, I think that
male-
there are differences between boys and girls addiction. So I think that there are also different items, different also risk in which they can incur.
and your research will be quantitative, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Why?
Quantitative because I think that the trend of the young generation is possible to individuate this trend only interview a lot of teenagers, but also the parents of the students, because it's important also.
If we consider the other research proposals, so which one did you like most?
The research that deals with the call center, because I work in a call center. Yes, I think it was most interesting because maybe my reason is the reason of the other person that in this bad period can work a lot of hour for few money.
She picked up yours. Which one would you choose?
I like the research by Angelo, the problem to immigration, by the problem immigration, the problem reality. In fact, the people go to Italy, search the job and condition living the best.
Angelo, you said. I got distracted because of the knocking. So you said Angelos. You liked Angelos, the one by Angelo. Okay. Why? I'm sorry I missed your part. Why Angelos?
Because the problem, the immigration, very actually.
It's a current project. It's not actually. It's current.
Current.
Thank you. Which one would you choose?
My favorite topic is Alessandro's topic because I think call centers are a global phenomenon which is investing all productive sector, and they are one
Productivity, maybe. They are.
They are one of the areas where it's easy to be
Higher. Okay, thank you. Elma?
My Preferred research
Favorite.
favorite
Mhm.
research proposal is the research of astensionism, because the problem of politics is in this moment is very big, because the yes. Because the politic and political in Calabria, and in particular in the province of Calabria, are the expression of parental and clientelar vote, and the abstentionism is an type of population to refuse the political institute.
So you can see a positive aspect in abstentionism. I
Yes,
can see.
for me.
Unfortunately. Thank you. She picked up yours. Sylvia, in your case?
Her topic,
Oh my goodness.
because today more boys and girls
Not as in the past, fortunately. I think it's a little bit.
today do an abuse of internet.
Ah, okay. No, I'm sorry. I was confused. I got confused at this point. I thought about. Okay, I agree with you.
And their parents don't control.
The digital generation and parents do not control. Okay. Thank you. I think it's enough. Sayuri. We can stop at this point and give us just a couple of minutes to, unless I wanted to ask something about your self-study, something that you liked in your self-study.
Okay.
One activity.
Vocabulary.
Ah, why?
Because in this period I have not
Knowledge?
do exercise, English exercise. So this activities was for me very useful.
To expand the vocabulary. Thank you. And in your case? You didn't do self-study?
3 anni fa proprio.
But you did self-study as well. Tell them.
Questo primo anno fuori corso.
Come mai? Tell them one nice activity that we did in class, if you remember. One activity that we did in class.
Listening.
Eh?
Listening.
And what did we listen to? What did we listen to? Che loro non lo sanno, loro hanno visto l'altro. Do you remember? One thing that we listened to.
No, I'm sorry.
3 years is a long time.
I can't believe your memory at this age.
Stanno
At this age, you have to go. One activity that you did for your self-study or activity in class?
The vocabulary, the self-study.
What did you like? I can't believe you can't remember. I will tell you what we did 3 years ago, and I'm much older than you. Yeah, try and see if you can remember. It's English in political science. I'll get back to you. Think about it. La preparazione dell'esame riguardando il programma che è stato fatto. Go ahead.
The vocabulary, because increase the speak.
You can. Okay. Vocabulary. You like vocabulary. Elma,
Grammar.
CMC project. No, grammar. And
Allora, I attended the mail list messaging of knowledge at Unical Weeks Warashi, and the
I
exercise
remember. Yeah.
of individual and studies is who I preferred is the grammar exercise, because it are more useful for to comprehend and know the other course of my list of knowledge messaging.
Of knowledge messaging. We know very little about knowledge messaging, so it's difficult to understand.
Yes.
Obviously, but if you think of the self-study, the program that we gave you in our class, what did you like? Only grammar, or you liked something more? Only
Something more, but grammar is
What?
more useful.
But did
for
you
the
find that?
study.
Yes, but did you find these language exercises in the cloud website?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and the CMC sites.
Mm-mm. In your case?
I used a CMCE project and I like activity on marketing and administration.
Okay. And in your case, did we use the CMC project? Did we watch videos?
Yes, videos.
What videos?
The conferences.
Conferences.
Conferences
What conferences?
with university,
Ah. Yeah.
Cambridge.
Cambridge University. I met, okay, some universities. It could be 3 years ago. 2 years or 3 years ago? It could be. 2 years or 3 years ago? 2 or 3? 2 years ago. So it was.
Sorry, two.
Okay. So it was okay.
Two.
Academic Earth was probably the site. So professors, conferences of professors in
professors, yes.
universities.
Yes.
But Cambridge, England, or Cambridge, USA?
England.
Mm-mm. Cambridge, USA.
Two.
Okay.
Yes.